Since it's 7:30, I believe we can start off right away while others join us as we progress. Is that okay?
Good evening, sir. Yes, go
Yes,
ahead.
no problem.
Can we see my screen, please?
Yes,
Yes,
Yes. Yes, we
screen
can.
is well shared.
All right. And I believe we can also hear me clearly.
yes, we
Yeah,
can.
we
Yes, sir.
can.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Mute your mic so as to reduce distraction. Please mute your mic. Let me just run us quickly through what we have today. You can raise up your hands if you want to ask a question or make a contribution. You can as well use the chat function to drop your question as well. And please, I will appreciate if this session is very engaging and interactive. So I believe if we make it very interactive, we'll be able to learn, ask questions, and also assimilate. The objective of this is for us to be able to grow together. I want us to be able to understand exactly what VA is about. I know some of us might have gone through one or two trainings and feel discouraged because maybe we were told that once we learn, we are going to be able to make all the money in the world. But today, I'm going to make us understand why those of us who have gone through a training or two have not been able to get the job that we need. And also, those who are joining it for the first time or learning for the first time, I'm also going to try as I can to carry every single one of us along. Once again, welcome to become a professional virtual assistant. My name is Osaz. What we are going to be treating today is just introduction of becoming a virtual assistant. As we progress, we are going to be doing both the theoretical and practical as well. But for today, we're going to be doing mainly the theory aspect of it. The reason for that is because I just want to introduce us to what the virtual assistant industry is all about. What I have here said it is a complete virtual assistant training program. I want us to consider this as a VA success lab. I call it a lab because it entails not just the skills, but also the system and the success. The training entirely covers skills, system, and success. What are the topics that we're going to be covering today? We're going to start from the beginning of the very basics, understanding the virtual assistant industry. The idea is actually to equip us with the understanding of what it means to be a virtual assistant. The objective of this course is to equip you with all the necessary skills, making you understand how the VA industry works, the anatomy of a VA, who is a virtual assistant, what are the core service areas. As we progress, we're going to see why I actually call it core service area. Then, remote work expectation and digital professionalism. Being a VA is totally different from a remote worker. I'm going to explain that while we progress. Yes, you're a freelancer, but are you a virtual assistant? Not necessarily. So we're going to see the difference between a freelancer and a virtual assistant. So what are the basic tools for VA and what are the different business model? One of the major challenges I have come to discover among virtual assistants or aspiring virtual assistants is that they want to learn the whole tool. They want to understand how the whole thing works. They want to be able to do everything. But the truth is that it is actually not possible. It is actually not possible for you to master all the tools. You can be jack of all trades, a master of none. It is actually not possible for you to master all the tools. I advise or suggest you choose a niche and master the tool that is peculiar to that particular niche. Then challenges and opportunity of a virtual assistant. Let's quickly dive into what we have for today, understanding the virtual industry. It's very important that we understand the industry that we want to venture into. The reason simply because if you don't understand how the industry works, even if you have the skill, you won't be able to maximize what is obtainable in the industry. COVID has actually brought about an explosive growth in the global manpower sector. And one of the major reasons why businesses embrace this is because they saw it as a cost-effective way of running their business. SMEs and startups who don't have the resources to employ professionals in their local environment. They look for skilled labor outside their immediate environment. One other reason why most businesses decide to embrace the virtual assistant route in terms of manpower engagement is the digital eruption in the business environment. The post-COVID actually led to digital eruption in the business environment where most jobs are either automated or tech-driven. Entrepreneurs, top executives don't have time to learn these different skills. Hence, they look for people with the right knowledge to run that particular function for them. Let's look at some basic statistics. It is said that the virtual assistant industry is going to exceed $30.7 billion by the end of 2025. And trust me, Nigeria or Africa has not tapped up to 1% of this volume. That's why it is still very, very lucrative for you and I who reside in this part of the world and want to be a remote worker or want to be a virtual assistant. Imagine a financial prediction that says that by the end of 2025, the VA industry growth is going to be about $30.7 billion. It means there's still huge opportunity for you and I. Businesses save up to 78% on cost by hiring virtual assistants instead of traditional in-house staff. You might wonder the difference between hiring a virtual assistant and the traditional employment pattern that we are used to. Don't forget, if you hire a staff, you need to make provision for their tools, for instance, their system, sometimes laptop and phone, internet connection, and office space, desks and chair, etc. But with the advent of the virtual assistant, companies are saving up to 78% on hiring. Why? Because they can get cheaper labor from different parts of the world. They are not limited to their locality, but to a global pool of talent. So it's also said that by 2028, the workforce is expected to be virtual professionals. People are quitting their regular job to become VAs. It is projected that by 2028, 50% of workforce is going to be virtual professionals. And lastly, it is said that 41% users say their biggest challenges is finding a trustworthy and a reliable VA. So it is not as if the VA is not available. However, it is a challenge finding a reliable one. So when we say finding a reliable one, what exactly do we mean? I will progress. We're going to come back to this reliability and trustworthiness. Some of us might realize that this is actually some of the reasons why, after all our training, we've not been able to get just one job. So, who is a virtual assistant? Let's start from there. This is a question. You can just raise up your hand. We'll ask you to unmute yourself, then you just answer. Please don't look at my definition. In your own word, with your own terms, think it's a virtual assistant. Please, let's answer. Morenike, please, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
To me, being a virtual assistant as a person who can help someone to advertise his or her product or services, and at the end of the day, have his or her own commission. He's not the owner of that product. He or she do that digitally. That's my own standing on virtual assistant.
Okay, thank you very much. Mary.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. You can start. The virtual assistant is a professional who works independently from a remote area, helping founders or professionals to take care of their administrative tasks.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm seeing Joshua.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. So I'll say virtual assistant is someone who works remotely for a client or to help them provide unnecessary assistance, be it administrative or it could be technical, it could be anything, just to give them that necessary support, as also same as a physical assistant, but now they are working virtually. That means remotely from their own home space or any part of the world. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. A virtual assistant is first a professional. Are we together?
Yes.
A virtual assistant is first a professional. Forget about the remote, forget about the assistant, forget about every other thing. A virtual assistant is a professional, full stop. You can work remotely and not being a professional. You can give administrative support, you can give technical support, or the case may be, and still not be a professional. What qualifies you as a virtual assistant is that, first of all, you're a professional. So what the virtual assistant is doing remotely is providing that professional skill. A virtual assistant is someone that provides professional skill remotely. Are we together?
Yeah, we are together.
So the remote there is actually the channel with which you provide that your skill. What clients are paying you for is not the remote. What clients are paying you for is your professional skill. That's why, with my definition, I said that a virtual assistant is a skilled professional. That your professional skill can be either administrative, technical, or creative. Are we together? And
Yes, sir, we are together. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And this professional skill is actually provided from a remote location. Please note that first thing first, you are first a professional. The channel to which you provide your professional skill, be it administrative, technical, creative assistant, just name it, is actually the virtual platforms. 87.6% of virtual assistants are female, while 12.4% of virtual assistants are male. What are significant of virtual assistants to the corporate world. Most of us actually think being a virtual assistant means you are someone's secretary. You have the person check emails, you have them reply mails. Virtual assistant is far more than that. The major challenge with employer is that they are able to find reliable and trustworthy virtual assistants. Really simply because they don't see you as a remote secretary. They see you as their partner and their support system. And what you are providing for them is not just replying mails and organizing emails. What you are providing for them is support and specialized service. The reason why they are engaging you is because they don't have the time to do these things. And two, they are busy to start trying to learn how tools work. Hence, they look for those who already have the skills and engage them. So you're not just a secretary, but you're a reliable and dependable partner because that's the only way you become indispensable. Let's look at the core areas or core service area of a virtual assistant or for virtual assistants. We have administrative support and we have executive VA. Many a times we mistake admin support and executive VA to be the same thing. They are not the same.
I have a question, sir. Good
Yeah,
evening.
go ahead. Good evening.
If I want to be a VA for, let's say, a medical doctor, so does it
Mm.
mean I need to be like well vested in like medical science or like actually be, let's say, a nurse or something in order to be
Don't
an
worry.
assistant?
Don't worry. We'll
Since
come
you
to
said
that.
professional. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
we'll come to that. Many a times we actually think or we assume admin and executive support VA are the same thing, but they're not the same. Can someone tell me the difference, please? Joshua, go ahead, please.
Yes, from what you taught us, let us understand that a virtual assistant is a skilled professional. So, and to be a skilled professional, that means you are specialized on something. It could be a technical skill, could be an administrative skill, it could be creative. Yes. So it's not necessarily the same with secretary or admin and office admin. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Someone else want to try? What about Tosin? Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Good evening, coach.
Yeah, good
When we
evening.
say an executive virtual assistant, it's like just like a personal assistant to the CEO you are working with. It's just like a second in command, like someone that can stand in gap for your clients, probably handle meetings and organize meetings or just stand in gap. It's just like a personal assistant to the CEO.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Shamaka.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
An admin support VA, like an administrative support VA, is just someone that focuses on general day-to-day tasks. They record the general day-to-day tasks, for example, the data entry, the email sorting, and so on. Then this executive support VA is concentrated on high level, or let's say strategic assistance to executives, the CEOs or business owners.
Thank you. We're all correct. It's just like your regular office where you have the admin and you have the PA to chairman or the MD or whatever. The PA to the MD is different from the office admin. The office admin is responsible for daily runnings. For an admin support VA, chances are you're actually working with an entrepreneur or a owner or a startup. Hence, what you're actually doing is help them organize their emails. Yes, sometimes you can help them with their scheduling. But for an executive support VA, you're actually working with high profile business executives or for a firm. You handle more sensitive information. You plan meetings or organize meetings. That's to say, you might do stuff that an admin support would normally do. However, you are expected to do much more. It sometimes requires you to understand the dynamics of the business of your clients or your employer, if I should use the word, for you to be classed as an executive support VA. Then we have content and creative support VA. We have customer service. I know the one we are used to is admin support, customer care, marketing and sales. Help me. Which other one?
Real estate.
Okay, real estate. Yes, though very few. We have social media and digital marketing support. We have real estate. We have e-commerce. We have medical. You want to be a virtual assistant to a medical professional or in the medical industry, and you have no idea of how the medical industry works, who will employ you? Or let me put it this way. You want to be a medical assistant, for instance, and you apply to one hospital in your locality. We don't employ you and you don't have any idea, any knowledge about how the medical field work. You know nothing about the medical sector. We don't employ you.
Oh,
No, sir.
Why?
We have the healthcare virtual assistant.
You are looking for a job as a healthcare virtual assistant, and you don't have an idea of anything about the medical field. Do you think they will employ you?
They
No,
have
sir.
some non-clinical or non-medical background assistants. They are the one like they have under the administrative role under medical. The healthcare requires you not to have background in medicals, but you have to get some training.
Yeah, what kind of training, please?
Yes, sir. You have training like using softwares, all those clinical softwares, training how to use clinical softwares, how to take patient intake. All these places are not under medical. You can equally be an administrative assistant and also niche down to virtual healthcare virtual assistant. It doesn't require
All
you
right.
having a medical background.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, let's put it this way. Let's assume, okay, you don't have medical background, and there's somebody who is an auxiliary nurse who is applying for the same job with you. For both of you, who do you think they will take?
I think they will take those Larinos because of she
Why?
has an idea.
What I advise people is this: if you are niching down to any area, niche down to the area that you already have strength in putting your CVs together, putting your cover letter together, inviting your proposals, because you know these things. You know, right as a novice who just know how to press computer. Remember, I told us that a virtual assistant is first a professional. The same thing is also applicable to podcast production and also bookkeeping and finance support or accounting support. Abraham James.
Okay, my question is all these core services of VA, are they actively recruiting? Like for instance, even the bookkeeping and financial support, is this something that there are companies or people actively recruiting such people?
I will come to that also. Then Mayowa, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Please, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, good evening. Thank you very much for this, sir. Please, I want to ask this question. Probably, I don't know if you will still get to it, but I would like to know the skill sets required for each core service areas, administrative support, those required skills that will be needed, executive VA, and so on and so forth. I believe there might be certain niches, like you said before, you must, narrow it down. So, what are those skills that are majorly required in each core service areas, sir? That's my own question, sir.
All right, thank you very much. So let me start with the very first question. When you talked about real estate, if you just Airbnb, Airbnb is a list of it. That is why I said it should be areas of your strength and interest. If you are a realtor, for instance, and you know how to close sales, you know how to source for your clients, Airbnb is the very list of it. If what you are doing in real estate is Airbnb, you're just scratching the surface. In fact, you're not even started. So there's actually more to it than Airbnb. Someone was asking, is there a market for it? So these core areas that I highlighted are areas that are constantly in demand, especially for startups and SMEs. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
remember, I told us that what you are selling is actually a specialized skill. Let's look at the virtual assistant anatomy. What is the meaning of anatomy? If you're in a medical field, please help us. Chinedu, go ahead, please.
Anatomy is the study of the structure of living organisms, including their cells and tissue.
Shamaka, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Anatomy is a branch of science that studies the structure of the living things, like the whole body. Then it explains how the parts are built, like the parts of the body, how they are built, where they are located, and how they connect.
Yeah, so when we talk about the anatomy of a professional VA, just like what he said, when we talk about anatomy, we are talking about the build in terms of the different parts that make up that particular object. The anatomy of a professional virtual assistant, we are saying what are those things that make up a professional virtual assistant. And the first thing we said here is professionalism. You can't take it away from a virtual assistant. Immediately you take out professionalism, it is no longer a virtual assistant. So when we say professionalism, I just tried to summarize it. I said professionalism in terms of being punctual, that meeting a deadline, respectful, that's not to communicate with your client, and also be reliable. And that's where communication comes in. And here I said, be clear. Nobody wants your jargons except you're dealing with a fellow professional like you. Be concise, go straight to the point, and be responsive. When your client is talking to you, don't answer them as if you are doing them a favor. Then confidentiality. I do job for people, and you don't see those jobs on my profile. Abraham, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, are we saying before we post anything regarding the company, we need to seek permission, or it's advisable not to, at least to be able to boost your timeline? You know, you have to post that, or you've worked with those also clients. Is it that you have to take permission before, right, adding into your profile, or it's not just advisable to do that?
I said, except you are using it in your resume as part of your experience. For instance, the client asks you to do a job for them, let's say design. Because you want to create a portfolio, you carry that design and put it on your portfolio without their knowledge. That design is not yours. The design is for them. If you are going to use their design as part of a portfolio, a professional ethic to seek permission from them. If you are saying I've worked with A, B, and C as this and that, it's just you referencing your experience. Please, do you understand the difference?
Yes, sir.
All right. So there's a difference between you referencing your experience and you posting your client job without approval. Elizabeth, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, since you're the one that designed whatsoever it is, I think it should be part of your collections. So even if any client wants to employ you, at least they must have asked for what you have done, as in the companies you have worked for, what you have done for them. So you designing for them, that design should be part of your collections, in which you can show your potential clients.
That
So I
design
don't think
is
that should be reason why you should be
that
seeking
yeah,
permission from the company.
that design is not your material.
Or you designed it. It's part of the work.
Yeah, listen, please. That design is not your material. That design is your client's material, right?
I don't know. To me, it's part of your material. They might pay for it now. Fine, they paid for it, but it's your artwork. So you should be able to
All right.
showcase it anyway.
That design is not your material. That design belongs to your client. It doesn't belong to you. Yes, you did the design for your client. It is for your client. It's just like, for example, if I do a site for a client, the site is not mine. Ideally, I'm supposed to hand over every details, login details, everything that is related to that project to the client and hands off.
What if your advance or your current client ask you, okay, what have you done?
There's a difference between referencing your experience and posting your client's job. If you are going to use your client job on your profile or portfolio page, please seek permission. It's just an act of professionalism.
But normally, the design is not yours. So even if you want to display it, you have to ask for permission before doing that, right?
Definitely, yes, definitely. Elizabeth, go ahead, please.
Well, I was going to add to that. It's a two-way thing. You cannot use that job for anything. So it's a two-way thing. If you think that, oh, it's my job, I can flaunt it, it might be a turn off to that client that wants to hire you. It might be like, oh, this person is not even professional. See the name of the company he has worked with flying everywhere, So we just have to, be careful at all costs. You could do in that case like mock projects, can just do something, just tweak, just change, so that you maintain the quality and it can still be proof of what you have done. The essence is to tell them that, oh, you can actually do this, to show them and not only tell them. Thank you. I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Rachel, go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So I just want to buttress the point on what is going on. Actually, there is a word called intellectual property. So based on the question the lady is asking, the content in that design is your idea, but after the design, it is for your client. That is what the coach is trying to explain. So we have intellectual property. Under intellectual property, we have trade secrets, we have patents, we have copyright, we have trademarks. So, like design, for example, now is a patent, is an example of a patent idea. In intellectual property, the content in which you use for that design is your idea. But after that design, it is for your client. Because it is your idea does not mean that you can do anything with it. So do you get what the coach is trying to explain?
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate us for the contribution. And thank you, Elizabeth, for that question. So let's proceed. So we're talking about confidentiality. That's where the question came up. And I believe that we've been able to do justice to that. Then let's go to the next one that talks about attention to details, which is accuracy in task, showing professionalism. If you look at everything we've discussed ever since, in terms of the tissues, the bones, the cell that make up a professional virtual assistant, we have been emphasizing and redirecting whatever we are seeing to professionalism. attention to details. As a professional VA, irrespective of the niche that you are looking at, irrespective of the industry that you are playing, attention to details matters a lot. Don't think it's just email management. There's actually more to it than sending mails and receiving mails and organizing mails. Then the ability for you to manage multiple tasks. That's all about organization. Then tech savvy. Be tech savvy, please. Tech savviness, yes. Learn new things. Learn new tools. If you want to be a VA, be tech savvy. There's a lot of things you can do with these tools. Remote work best practices. If you are actually going to be a virtual assistant, please, a quiet place is non-negotiable. And also a noise cancellation device. You can't negotiate that. You can't be talking to a client or a customer and your child is crying at the background. A quiet place is non-negotiable. Don't forget punctuality. Deliver in time. Use calendar and to-do lists to stay organized. Finally, set up time for meetings. So what are the basic tools? Communication tools, Slack, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, project management tool, Trello, Notion, Asana, ClickUp, Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive, e-commerce tool, Shopify, WooCommerce, ShiftStation, time tracking tool, ToGoTrack, Atlas, TimeCamp, HubStaff, CRM tool, HubSpot, Salesforce, Zoho CRM, Pipedrive, legal support tool, Tilo, MyCase, Rocket Matter, Zola Suite, Amacus Anthony, medical practice tools for medical practitioners, Simple Practice, Theranos, Clinical, appointment settings, Acuity, Calendly, Setmore, Accounting, QuickBook, FreshBook, Wave, Zoho, social media, Buffer, HotSuite, Pro Social, Canva, customer support, Zendesk, Freshdesk, and LiveChat. You can see that one tool does not fit for everybody. Choose your niche, your area of strength, your area of interest, and let God bless you. Choose your niche, learn the tools, be a professional in it, and get the gigs. It's as simple as that. Are we together?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The virtual assistant engagement model. The first model is a freelance VA. A freelance VA is just someone who is out there trying to get job from different clients. Person is independent, like majority of us. We buy connect on Upwork, try to get jobs, apply to different industries, different clients. Yes, we are freelancing. The niche specialist, your area of niche, be it in real estate, in the legal, in e-commerce, in medical, in customer support, in social media, or just name it. Then we have the agency model. Somebody gets jobs and outsource. Then we have the retainer or package based. The virtual assistant employment model is actually different from the traditional recruitment model. However, you go through similar processes. What are the challenges of a VA? What are the questions so far?
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
It's Paulette.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Okay, please, I would like you to throw more light on the agency model. Thank you.
Cynthia, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, sir. Sir, please, I want you to show me slide 9.
Don't worry, we're going to make available the record.
All right.
Veronica, go ahead, please.
Well done, sir. We appreciate this opportunity. I want to ask concerning the tools you talked about earlier. Is there any tool which a teacher based on education? Let me just put it that way. Do we have any particular tools we can use concerning education? As a teacher, the tools you can use to become a virtual teacher, because I can see social media, e-commerce, and all that, but I can't see learning, or what should I call it?
Sir, please, I want to ask, at the beginning of this lesson, you mentioned the fact that so many VAs out there, they are collecting as low as $2, So as a virtual assistant, let me use the word newcomer, so to speak, how do you value yourself so that you won't be overpricing or underpricing at the same time? That's the question, sir.
So let me just quickly respond to these questions. The person that requested for the screenshotting slide, the class is being recorded, so we're going to make it available. For the person that talked about an educator, the challenge with education is this: their curriculum is different. The British curriculum is different from the American curriculum. Many a times in the education sector, it is only for higher or tertiary institution or students or onboarding that you get VA employment. So the time I got an offer, the offer actually got for just student recruitment. My knowledge in lead generation, cold calling, email marketing, That's what I was using. So basically, I was just marketing this in order to recruit students. Am I saying that it's not possible for you to be in Nigeria and render education support service? Yes, it is very possible. However, this is actually something that is not in high demand. That is why I did not list it. Are there tools? Yes, there are tools, but it is actually not in the scope of our training. Malola, go ahead.
Okay, sir. So my question is as regards the niche. I wanted to find out if it's possible to combine more than one niche when starting a VA career. That's all.
Yes, it is possible. The key word is your area of strength and interest. All right. So what are the challenges of a VA? Challenges of a virtual assistant. Number one, isolation and work-life balance. You are actually going to be working in isolation, just you and your system and your team. Long hours and burnout. I tell people it is more difficult to work remotely than to work in a traditional setting. Another challenge is acquiring, managing, and retaining clients. Is it easy to get clients? No, it is not. What will set you aside is what you know that the other person do not know. How you package your profile, how you package your CV, how you package your offers. Please concentrate in the area where you have strength and interest. While we progress with this training, we're going to see how we can make ourselves the best option. Then continuous learning. Also note that for every new client you meet or every new job you do, it requires you to adopt to a new process. There's no one cap fits all. Three things I want you to hold dearly: deadline, and also understand the business goal. It is your job to understand the goal of your employer, what they are trying to achieve, why they are engaging you. So please take care of yourself because you're going to be spending long hours behind the screen. But there are opportunities, yes, plenty of opportunities. In fact, the opportunities outweigh the challenges. Multinationals, startups, SMEs are constantly in need of manpower, remote manpower. One of the advantages or opportunities is that you choose your work and your work hour. While you are working, you enjoy ongoing professional development. You're working with different clients across different ethnic backgrounds. The take home for today: note that the virtual assistant is rapidly growing, expanding, and there is room for diverse skills. Thank you for your time. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being part of today's class. I hope to see you guys on Wednesday. Any question?